sitting down with Miss Leandra Johnson, y'all gospel songstress. Just got to putting it down there. Prince of Peace, how you doing, Miss Lee?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, we was sitting around, we was watching you sing and checking your spirit out. And then, like, where does that flow come from? How do you feel that on the inside?
Well, a lot of it comes from a lot of the things that I've been through, and then just me just expressing myself and letting God still just manifest himself and just being free in him, having that own relationship with him. So it just comes from the inside.
So your experiences bring that forth. So did you start singing at an early age?
Yes, at the age of 2.
And recognized by?
Probably the age of 14.
And you put yourself out like in, how would you get young girls to follow in your footsteps, just look up to you? Would you caution them to go into like competitions and that type of thing?
I would encourage anyone to chase their dream and to go after their dream, but just realize that it's not as easy as it looks, and it's definitely a business, and it's when you, depending on where you come from, what kind of background you come from. If you come from not so church, then maybe you could deal with it. If you come strictly from church and a lot of people don't understand, your ministry for God, so they try to take that away and put you in business. So I would just encourage them to be wise and just ask God, if this is your will, then let it be done. That's the main thing, to find out if it's the will of God.
So would you say that the business side supersede the spiritual side in some instances?
They try to make it that way, but I'm fighting tooth and nail to remain who I am. But the business side is also interesting. You get that does help in a big way. So you have to learn how to balance it out together, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Learn how to balance everything.
So as a gospel artist, can you get to where you need to be without the business side? If you went, in other words, like cut out the middleman.
No, not really. I mean, it all depends on like what you're trying to do, and probably how far you're trying to go, because everything is not in the church world. You have other venues that are outside of the church world that can be a blessing as well. So you just have to know what to say yes to and what to say no to.
So what gigs or jobs or
gigs? Hey,
yeah, okay.
That's gigs? What they are.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. So what gigs wouldn't you do?
Any gig that probably would have me in booty shorts.
A strip club.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just being real. Is that too real?
No, be real. This is J. Ross TV.
Something like that. But I've sang in a club before. I've sang in the Conga Room that's in LA, and I was singing it again. Yes, praise God.
Well, let me ask you this: like when you were singing in the Conga Room, and were you feeling convicted at that time?
No,
not at all.
I was calling on his name.
What you mean?
We called on his name. Folk was in there drunk, calling on Jesus. Isn't that something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that one before.
Oh yeah, we was calling on Jesus in the Conga Room. It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, how can they find it?
Leandra Johnson singing in the Conga Room.
Yeah.
So you can't be ashamed. See, you can't be ashamed. You gotta say his name wherever, whenever. And watch him work. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so we ain't gonna hold you long. You got a room full of folks who want to get at you, want to get a short interview. This is J. Ross TV, y'all.
Get a picture of them.
10 million strong.
He's singing background singers here, and this is from right to left. These, ooh, my Lord. They bad. Lord, are they bad? They sang me into a frenzy tonight. They sang me until I wanted to sing Who Can I Run To by Escape? Yeah, remixed it tonight. Not remixed, remixed it tonight.
All right, y'all.
Yes.
We're going to let her roll on up out of here. J. Ross TV, 10 million strong. Peace.
J. Ross, 10 million strong. Yeah.